Yeah, obviously a tough team, well-coached team. Coach Mooney's been there for quite a while. Obviously got to start at Air Force. They weren't in the same conference as us at that particular time. But, they run the Princeton offense. I think they've evolved over time, so it's not just solely Princeton. They certainly will go at matchups. They have a veteran team, about as veteran a team as we'll play against all year. They have quite a few super seniors. I'm not exactly sure how many there are, but they all decided to come back together. And I think it was a little bit of a domino effect. Once one did it, Gilliard, the point guard, the others decided to kind of fall in line and come back as well, which I think says a lot about their program, overall, and their connection with their coaching staff. In this day and age, a lot of kids will look elsewhere, when they have an opportunity, especially when they're players of this caliber. And so that's what we're facing. We're facing an experienced squad who's won a lot of games, who has expectations of being in the top 25 and playing in the NCAA tournament. They're led by their point guard. He is tracking to be the all-time leader in NCAA in steals. He had 7 in his first game the other night against NC Central. Their best front court player is Golden. Golden is a super senior as well. He is a wicked passer. I mean, he really finds guys and for execution layups a lot of times. And so we've got to make life difficult on him, keep him off balance, and not allow him to really dictate things from an assist standpoint. He can score too around the rim. We've got to double him effectively, at times to keep him off balance near the block as well. They have shooters around the perimeter. They will play some lineups that are not all completely stacked with shooting, and so we'll be able to help a little bit, and I think that'll be a key for us, like knowing who the shooters are, who are not the shooters, and from a personnel perspective, who we need to play a little bit more tight, who we can back off of a little bit. And that's really the defensive side of the ball, is eliminating easy execution layups. They are an underrated transition team. Like, people talk about Princeton and running that offense and how methodical that is and how it tests you. But they will run in transition, especially as more experienced teams, which this is one of them. So we need to get back in transition and stop them. Rebounding is always a factor because they move you around so much, and we kind of got caught in that the other night against UC Davis. That was a factor in the game. Their ability to offensive rebound in the first half, was a problem for us. We did a little bit better in the second. And so we can't wait a half. That'll be devastating if that happens to us.
It's interesting that the first road trip of the year is back where you guys had roots previously. What's that been like so far?
Yeah, obviously it's been tremendous, for us. We had 5, awesome years here at UMBC, and my family and I and Chris Dixon's family, lived here in Annapolis, very close to the yard, and a lot of friends and family here, and fun to be back. And so when they first approached us about the opportunity, shortly after we took the job, certainly we considered it, and we were already coming back this way, which we previously scheduled for the Myrtle Beach event. And so if there was ever a year that we were going to do it, it was this year, especially Brandon Horvath's from here. He committed to coming all the way out west to play for us. And we felt like it was a cool thing to be able to do, certainly for him. And then, even more than that, the experience, having, firsthand knowledge of what it means to be a Nittany here at Navy. And I wanted our guys to experience that, and I knew that they would appreciate it.
Well, and like you mentioned, having the experience to be around the midshipmen. Team was able to tour the U.S. Naval Academy, ate lunch with some midshipmen and then again here at dinner time. What can you say about that experience for the student athletes?
Yeah, it's invaluable. It certainly puts things in perspective. We're playing to win, at our level and all throughout college basketball, and they're winning in different ways, here on the yard, and it's true blood, right? And for us, to be able to be here and witness kind of how the midshipmen operate on a daily basis is really eye-opening. and it certainly puts things in perspective for us. We should never be complaining about anything, that we have or don't have, or things that we don't like, about our current situation. These folks are putting it on the line for us every day for our own freedoms and everything that we enjoy on a daily basis. And so it certainly does put things in perspective.